Hey, yo, what's going on? Uh, this is 19th. I really ain't got nothing too serious or too in depth to go in on and talk about. I mean, I do, but we'll say that, for another time. But yeah, basically, man, in my quiet time today, man, the day just been a restful day, a day of just, just sitting and just, what I'm saying, just supping with the spirit and just talking with Yeshua. And late, yesterday night, rather, I received a text of a cousin that, passed. And God rest his soul, but in the midst of me texting a cousin back and forth, we really like brother and sister, grew up together and everything, but we shared some things, man. And in the midst of it, as I've been sitting today, time, the 24 hours that we know to be time was created by man. But the more and more that you get into your relationship the way that I have, you'll understand that time really can't be measured. It can't. And the Bible tells us that a day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, like 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? But the time that we have is a lifespan. When you think about it, it's something like that. And I mean, man, as I've been, I sit out and I look at nature and I take in the beauty of what Yahweh has created for us. We get so caught up in wanting these material things that we miss the beauty of what he's created around us. The grass and the trees and, the first heaven, the birds and, all other little things, you know what I'm saying, and how they coincide and work, you know what I'm saying, and benefit what we know as the ecosystem, you know what I'm saying? And we go through different seasons, looking at these trees behind me, some of them still got a little green on them, but that's gonna fall, and as we transition through seasons, because even in our own lives, we go through the springs and we go through the summers and we had the winters, the falls, and we had the winters, you know what I'm saying? But as long as we stay in connection with him, as long as you stay connected, stay connected through whatever, stay connected, your fruits are gonna continue to be ripe, and you'll cultivate an abundance. You'll grow in the abundance of, despite what life throws you, and I'm a living witness of it. I always speak on it because I'm like the gratefulness, the goodness that he's done in my life. Like, if you just connect with him, stay in your word, stay in prayer, and like I always say, when you pray, don't just pray and get up. Sit before him. Let him talk back to you. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. And to my family, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know this may be a difficult time right now, you know, but just connect to him. Connect to him. Connect to him. You know, some things we don't have the right to question. We don't. And some things we don't understand. But in due time, you know, he reveals all. He reveals all. You know, but, you know, I'm just so grateful, man. Time is just, it was something I really drew to after, you know what I'm saying, my incarceration stint and what I went through. I began to look at it, you know, from a different perspective, you know, because we feel like we got so much time. And, you know, and when we think about, like I said, when we think about it from his perspective and what scripture tells us, you really ain't. We really don't. You know, and so for those of you who carry bitterness and unforgiveness in your heart, and you know what I'm saying, like, it ain't worth it, man. It ain't worth it. Because you can be here today and gone tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't promised. It's all about right here, right now. You know, what can we do to let our life exemplify and be an example to those around us of whose we are and why we live and profess this faith that we do. You know, looking at these trees, you know, when we come to know him, we take root. We take root just like these trees, man. So much of understanding our lives and how we are. You know, you can look at the trees and understand. Yeah, you can look at the trees, you know. I think about the rain, and, you know, a lot of people don't like rain. I love it. I love it. Love it. Rain, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's them some of the best days I have when it rains. Sometimes I hear them so clearly through storms. You know, despite the ones that you know, bring destruction and harm, but, you know, just a nice rainstorm, thunderstorm, man. Rain is it's a cleanser. It's a cleanser. It's a refresher. It a healer. You know, it heal the earth. It feed the earth. You know, and just not only, you know, and when you think about us and our lives, you know, we're just a seed. We're a grain of dust. You know what I'm saying? And so, for all of the things that we could go through, and, you know, we layer ourselves with so much of the bad things, and, you know, even on the inside, our temples become corrupt from allowing so much of the wrong things, the wrong fruits to, you know, take root. And that's what he calling us to do, is come to him in a relationship. Come to him and be intimate with him. You know what I'm saying? Let him remove this stuff, man. Let him get this stuff out your heart. Because everybody is due of forgiveness. Everybody is due of being loved. Everybody is due of being long suffered for. You know what I'm saying? Being humbled to. Being shown some type of meekness to. Some patience. You know, and as we do that, and I stand for watering and planting, because that's the work. You know, a lot of people want to know, well, what's my purpose? You know, why I'm here And I'm going to just say it like this. If you get in that divine connection and you allow him to isolate you, get away from your phones, get away from the TV, get away from your friends. Don't mean you don't want to be around them. Don't mean you don't care for them. But when you trying to elevate, when you trying to grow, you gotta think about it, man. When you want to be intimate with something, man, you ain't got time for nothing else. Nothing else. But what you trying to show your devotion to get to know. And just think we'll do it for any and everything else in our life that he already told us gonna fade. It's gonna fade. Yeah, we meet our high school sweethearts when we young, and people that we fall in love with, you know, and build families with, you know what I'm saying? And over time, you know, things change, our bodies change, looks fade, you know what I'm saying? You get new houses, new cars, this stuff, it gets outdated, and, you know, you gotta, you know, but a relationship with him, you ain't got to do all of that. Because, see, he the one going to be doing the upgrade. He the one going to be doing the upgrading to you. And the more and more you sit with him, and the more and more that you get in his word and you feast, that hunger, that thirst for righteousness. Oh, man. How your perspective can change. And you can just see things from a higher perspective. Like, we don't have to stay at the foundation. We don't. And you shouldn't want to stay at the foundation. You should want to be able to grow and build your temple for his glory. Something that he can be proud in. And like I said, when I think about this time, man, you know, we look for that purpose. Some of us are called to do and be different things for the body. But just because you may come in and be a pinky toe, don't mean you can't grow into being a mouth or a seeing eye or a brain. But once we humble ourselves and begin to just fellowship, take root in the word, you're going to keep getting watered and planted by your brothers and sisters that you meet. Because the Spirit going to allow you to meet,